Hello and welcome to today's stream. Um, yeah, it's Arsenal versus Bayern, and it's the one we've been waiting for, the real test, right? I'm just gonna. Yeah, so just having a look at the lineups, I think we're really solid. Um, I said last week or on the during the weekend after the Tottenham game, I would have preferred for Arteta to rest a few players in this game. Not because Bayern are not Bayern, um, but just because I believe the Chelsea game is really important for us to win. They had a really good win yesterday against Barcelona, but again, Barcelona kind of had it coming with the way they set up to play and how they actually executed the game. So we're not going to judge Chelsea's strengths off that alone, but they're still a very strong team, and in the context of the Premier League and where the table is currently at, pulling 9 points clear of them, and potentially at least staying 7 points ahead of City is a real um, is what I would prefer for us to have, regardless of what happens in this game, because we have a fair few good games to come in the Champions League that we can use to make up for whatever happens here. So, but I think we've gone with a really good lineup. Only two changes from the weekend with Mosquera and Luis Kelly coming in for Hincapie and Calafiori. Calafiori was limping after the Tottenham game, so it's possible that he picked up something, or this is just Luis Kelly has started a few matches in the Champions League already, so it seems like Arteta really fancies him in this competition. So remains to be seen what the reason for that change is. But good lineup. We still have Merino up front, of course. Um, but Odegaard is back on the bench, which is really good news. We've missed him a lot. Madrid is there as well. There's no Dowman. He played and scored actually today in the under 19 game against Bayern under 19s. We've got White, Nkapie, Odegaard, Martinelli, Norgard, Madueke, Mwaneri, and Calafiori. So Calafiori is on the bench. So meaning that all is probably well with him, and he's just being rested, or Arteta just fancies Lewis Kelly for this kind of game. So we'll see which one it is. I'll be keeping an eye on the Liverpool game, not that it matters anyway. And then the Spurs game, of course, we're expecting a bashing from PSG. So hopefully that happens. Okay, I'm just gonna start my stream now. Check what people are saying on Twitter. Oh, I'm just having a look at the Dauman goal now. He's crazy, you know. What a goal. What a goal. Someone was saying something about we've lost all our games for the under 19s and then we've won all the senior games, but that's in Champions League. The under 19s won today against Bayern, so who knows what that means for the senior team. But I'm not very superstitious, so yeah, let's see what happens. Bayern is really, really, really strong. Um, it's a good thing that they're missing Diaz because I believe he's a real threat. He's always been he's always had good games against Arsenal when he was at Liverpool. So I don't know, but it's a good thing that he's missing this game. Um, Increases our chances of getting something from the game, if you ask me. But it's still going to be a tough game, regardless. I think isn't Nabry that has come in for him? Um, yeah, so it's still gonna be. We've got 7 more minutes until the game kicks off. And Bayern are really posting this thing about they've really been on this thing about how good their record against us is. So we need to put that right. And knowing Ateta, he definitely has shown that to the boys ahead of today. So let's see how much that plays a part. Um, the good thing about this game is whatever happens in the game, win, draw, lose, in the context of the Champions League, it doesn't really change much just because of how good we've been up till now. And I think for our remaining games, Inter probably and Club Brugge are our toughest tests to come. And I don't see us not winning at least one of those games. Um, yeah, so I'm really confident about at least finishing in the top eight based on where we are now, and how strong we've been. Um, in terms of predictions, my prediction for this game, I don't see Bayern not scoring with how much, uh, with how good they are. I don't see them not scoring. So, but I see us still winning the game. Um, just because I think the boys will want to make a very good statement and yeah, send a message. Say, yeah, we are a top team. We are the top team this season. So they wouldn't want to come off that pitch with anything less than a win. So I'm gonna go 2-1 or 3-1. Yeah, let's go 3-1 for predictions. Yeah. Our Tifo was sick at the weekend. I'm not sure we have one today. So the boys are walking out now. Eze. Yeah. Champions League anthem is now been sung. Lewis Kelly looks locked in. Come on, you Gunners. So the lineups: Raya, Lewis Kelly, Mosquera, Saliba, and Timber. Then we got Rice and Zubimendi. Eze just in front of them. And there's Trossard, Merino, Bukayo. And Odegaard is back. That's the big news. Our skipper. It's nice to be meeting Bayern now, just to gauge where we are and feel them out as well. I would feel a lot tenser if this was like a semi-final or quarter-final game. So there's Stanisic, Tar, Ipamecano, Lima, Pavlovic, Kimmich, Nabry, Carr, Olise, and Kane. There's the huddle. Kickoff. Bayern with the kickoff. It's all the way back to Raya. And Raya clears. Bukayo is up there. This is Leonard Carl driving through our midfield. The stadium is really loud from what I can hear. We need a really good atmosphere. So Bayern are settling in well. They've had the ball throughout the opening minutes so far. So they're obviously here to play, which is good because most of the people that we faced this season have come with a different plan to just sit and soak pressure. We're also pressing them really high. So it looks like it will be a really open game. Ball is with Timber now, back to Raya. Harry Kane pressing. Ball goes long. Trossard against Stanisic. Stanisic clears. Now Olise. Now Jonathan Tah running through. So Bayern are looking to, from what I've seen, stretch the pitch as much as they can. But they're also playing really short passes, keeping it on the ground and looking for those openings. Gnabry tries a flick through, but Timber is there. Rice gives away a foul. Midfield, Bayern take quickly. Kane and Olise are dropping really deep. That was right in front of the linesman, and he didn't raise his flag. Foul on Eze. Thankfully, the referee saw it. Looks like Saka is going to try to bend this one in. Not bend in as in take a shot, but cross it in and in swinger. Usually from these positions we have Rice take them because it's on the right, but it's far enough from it's close enough to the edge of the pitch for yeah, I think Rice is going to take this one and Saka is just there as an option for a short pass. Rice in. Merino. Oh, that was Saliba. Saliba misses a free header. But he may have been offside as well. Yeah, he may have been offside. Poor clearance from Neura and Saka wins it at on the edge of the. That's an Arsenal throw. Okay, I have my eyes on this linesman now. It looks like that's two decisions, glaring decisions, been in front of him now, and so it's a Bayern throw. Now it's an Arsenal throw. Arsenal have a throw in the final third on the right, and I think Rice is going to try a long one into the box. Yeah. Rice with the long throw. It's cleared, but Eze wins it, and Lewis Kelly wins it, but is dispossessed, and now Bayern come away. all the way back to Pamecano. So they're trying to cause us problems with their rotations. So we've had Olise coming very deep, all the way from the right to get the ball from the defense. And Kane has done the same thing a few times as well. But we've been tracking all those movements well so far. Ball goes back to Raya. Saliba. Now Timber. Turns really nicely. Plays Saka in. Saka running through midfield. And plays one to Trossard, but it's cut out. Mascara to Zubimendi. Now Merino in the middle. Plays one over the top to Trossard. Trossard! Chips it in. Now Saka. Zubimendi. Oh! And it's blocked. Offside. Oh my God. What a pass by Merino though. But Trossard was just offside in the beginning. Really good play there from Arsenal. Nabru, it's a nice switch all the way to Olise on the right. He's up against Lewis Kelly. Now they have us pushed all the way back to the edge of our box. Here's Kimmich, Ta, Lima, Ta, Upamecano. Now Harry Kane. Harry Kane is getting booed by the Arsenal fans. Bayern still have it. The Arsenal fans are really up in it, trying to. Trossard wins it, but only for a brief period. It's back with Kimmich now. I think Bayern have started really well. First 10 minutes. They've played lots of passes. Eze pressing Ta. Plays it to Lima. Saka's on him. So Bayern are just happy to play it. They're just playing these passes from side to side, from one fullback to the next. And Arsenal are just kind of happy to let them do that. Ball comes over the top now to Gnabry. Timber is with him, and Arsenal win a throw. As Timber with the throw. Saliba clears. And ball is back with Bayern. Merino is pressing Tar. Then Zubimendi is on Kane. Here Merino wins it back. Zubimendi plays it over the top. Now it's Saka. Has a tiny bit of space, but is crowded out by 3 Bayern players. I think he's given a foul away. Yeah. Here's Raya. Plays to Mosquera. Gives it to Rice in front of him. Now Trossard is fouled. Free kick Arsenal in our own half. Here's Trossard in the middle. Timber. And Zubimendi. Rice. Merino. Deep in his half. Plays it to Lewis Kelly, but is fouled by Tar. Not sure what he's complaining about. Players do this thing where they obviously foul someone and then Merino with an overhit through ball. They obviously foul the player and then they complain to the ref. Like it's obvious. Why bother? Just play on. Here's Mosquera. Plays it out to Saka on the right. Lima has been tight on Saka. Every time he's got a sniff. Saliba back to Raya. Raya plays a long one. Anira is out to sweep it clear. Bayern have it now. Saka's nose is bleeding. I think Nua clattered him when he came out to clear that true ball. Oh, it's the ball. I think he headed the ball onto his nose. So Saka is down and has been patched up. At the moment, if I were to guess, I would say Bayern have had at least 70% of the possession so far. They've been really just passing it around. Thomas Tuchel is here, so hopefully he's happy to see Lewis Kelly. Saka's up now. He's got this weird little thing in his nose to stop the bleeding. And I guess he has to play with it on or in for the rest of the game. But it's fine. So that's good. Now we're playing with 10 men. Because Saka's off temporarily. Bayern have it with Pavlovic. Plays it to Gnabry on the left. Saka's back on. Here's Olise against Lewis Kelly. Draws the foul. So Kimmich is going to play this one in from the right. Bayern are actually really good from set pieces. I've seen a few of their games and they are a real threat. Whenever they have set pieces, they've scored from a lot of them as well. Ball is all the way back out to Neuer. Now Gnabry, Kimmich. It's on the right again with Olise. Corner, Bayern. It's the first corner of the game. I think the only time we've really strung good passes together was for that chance Trossard, Merino and Zubimendi and the rest of them had, where Trossard was offside. We really need to step it up a notch. Upamecano wins it, but it's wide. So it's an Arsenal goal kick. Hopefully with this one we can start to... We've been going long and I think the problem is Merino hasn't won a lot of them yet. Lewis Kelly wins it. Oh, his pass to Trossard is just too much. And then we lose it again. Zubimendi this time. Saka, was that a foul? Zubimendi is on Lima. Is there anybody in the box? Arsenal corner. That's better. That's much better. Better pressure from the boys. Yeah, I think we've allowed them too much time to settle in to play these passes. We just need to be more front-footed and sharper into the tackles. We played on Sunday, a very intense game, so it's not really surprising that the levels have dropped off just very slightly. Now an Arsenal corner, Saka to take. Ball in. Go! Julian Timber! Get in! Saka cross. Timber header. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Arteta is urging the boys. Now is the time to really go and build off this. We've been second best for the first 20 minutes of the game. Fine, Bayern have not had any chance. They've not come close at all to testing Raya. They've just had all the possession. But still, Yeah, that's a really good cross. Just on top of Newer. And Timber is there just to guide it home. Yeah. Awesome cross. This is what's on the plate. On the plate. No chance. No chance for Newer at all. He tries to come for the ball. But it's just on... Yeah, Newer is saying that one is on him. Apologizing to his player. He's saying that one is on him. Because he tries to come claim the ball. And Timber just heads it past him. As he was about to get there. So 1-0 Arsenal. Set piece again. 1-4 start. We just need to settle in now and build off this and take the intensity up a notch. The fans are singing set piece again, ole ole. Trossard. Ref! Yellow card Upamecano. That was a really strong challenge on Mosquera. Should that be a... Okay, no, that's not a red. Yellow card's the right decision. This is the Saka corner again. It's just on the D. Coiling in, and Timber just guides it in. Ever so slight. The touch was ever so slight. So this is a free kick from the left, and I think Rice is going to take again. An in-swinger this time. We've all lined up at the back. So Bayern are holding a very high line. Ball's coming in. Cleared by Bayern. Saka has it back. Turns his man. And then plays it back to Rice. Rice clips one in, but it's too close to Neuer. Neuer with the long ball. Looking for Olise, but Rice wins it. Yeah, more of that is what we need. More of that. Get on them. We can't allow them to settle or play passes. It's been too easy for them so far. Whoa! Pavlovich with a rocket of a pass back to Neuer. Ball was heading in. That would have been the funniest own goal. Timber wins his header, throwing to Bayern. Trossard is urging the boys to push out and press. It's 1-0 and I totally forgot to update the score. It's been that kind of day. Here's Bayern with a free kick deep in their own half, but Kimmich is trying a long one, looking for Gnabry. Timber clears, and Zubimendi plays one back. A risky one actually, but Saliba is able to head it and then Raya can catch. Ball is with Zubimendi now. To Rice. Merino out here on the right. Looks for Trossard. Finds him. Trossard now on the left. Rice is overlapping. Trossard plays it to him. Rice back to Trossard. Trossard into Lewis Kelly. Crossing. It's cleared. Better from Arsenal. Now Saliba. It's like Merino has a mandate that whenever the ball is at his feet, find Trossard. Because every time he gets the ball and turns, he looks for Trossard on the pitch. And Trossard is always making that run for him. They've clearly been instructed to do that. Raya with a long one out. Saka is unable to bring it down. Throw in. Lima throws it back to Gnabry and then back to Noah. Misplaced pass by Ta, and Mosquera plays it back to Raya. Raya with a long one again, looking for Saka. He loses out to a combination of Lima and Gnabry. And Merino is pressing. Timber here plays it back to Raya. Raya clears. That was holding, ref. We've not been able to bring Eze into the game at all. So we need to improve that. But we've not had much of the ball anyway, so difficult to bring him into play when we don't have the ball. Raya to Zubimendi. Plays it to Saka, back to Zubimendi. Now Eze. Eze is able to turn in the middle. Plays it across to Lewis Kelly. Lewis Kelly into Rice. Knocks it to Trossard. There are three people around him. And ball's out for a throw. He was looking for a runner there. Ball's back with Ta. Zubimendi straight on Pavlovic as soon as he receives it. Ta back to Neuer, who clears as Merino was closing in. Zubimendi flicks one. Upamecano is able to collect. Saliba straight into... Ooh, what a touch! Eze, Merino, back to Eze! Oh my god! What an amazing goal that would have been. It's just wide. Saliba wins it and Eze plucks it out of the sky with an amazing touch and slips it through to Merino. Slice it into Eze, but it's his finish is just off target. What a touch. Oh, he just gets that finish really wrong. That would have been an amazing goal. But did that ball not go out for a throw? I swear the linesmen are actually... I don't know what to say. Ball is with Jonathan Tah. Zubimendi has been tracking Kane all game. With all his... Whenever he drops deep, Zubimendi is on him. This is a long one. He finds Olise, I think. Oh, what a goal. Leonard Carl. Out of nowhere. It's 1-1. Lewis Kelly loses. Yeah, Olisa is onside. Long ball across to him and then one touch into the middle for Leonard Cow to knock home. Too easy. What a ball from Kimmich though to find. Oh, it wasn't even Olise, it was Nabry. One. I said it that there's no way Bayern wouldn't score. They're just too good going forward. They're just too good of an attacking side to not score. Okay, 1-1, game on. Now, if only that Eze goal had gone in, would have been a different story. Ball is back to Raya. This is just reminiscent of that game 2 years ago against Bayern. Saka scores, Bayern equalize and then go in front. Hopefully that doesn't happen today. Saliba to wayward pass, looking for Saka. Lima is able to play back to Neuer, who clears. And then Saliba can bring it down. Here's Zubimendi. I think that easy chance should encourage us to just put the ball on the ground and try and find each other. Timber wins the flick on. Nabry messes it up. Saka is in here. Oh. Here's Lima. Lewis Kelly is missing now. Bayern are in here. Ball is wide. That was a Bayern chance. Long ball all the way to Pavlovic, I think that was. Olise was waiting in the middle, but thankfully he didn't see him. So he goes on his own and it's wide. Trossard is down. Trossard is down holding his calf, I think. I think Trossard may have to come off here. I'm not sure. But Madueke is... Madueke is getting stripped. And I think, yeah, Trossard is going to come off. So Trossard is out and Madueke is in. And Trossard goes straight down the tunnel. Lewis Kelly has been caught out 2 times now on that side with those long diagonals. So that's something he needs to he needs to be told to watch out for those. Nabri and Olise are always looking to peel off to that far side and wait for the... Lewis Kelly is able to turn Olise, but it's fouled. Merino plays a quick one to Saka, but the referee pulls it back for whatever reason. Rice, Saliba, back to Rice. Long one to Timber, who chests it down to Saka, but Lima is able to win it off him. Kane turns Saliba, but doesn't have the pace to get past him, so he runs back. Here's Olise on the right. Olise with a cross in. Gnabry cannot bring it down. Saka is able to clear. Here's Pavlovic to Tar, then to Kimmich. Saliba, Saka, back to Timber. Here's Zubimendi. Back to Raya. Into Saka in the middle. Lima is always within 2 inches of him. Madueke with his first touch. Back to Lewis Kelly. Here's Eze. To Madueke on the left. It's a nice now throw. It's always 1 in, 1 out, isn't it, with us? So Madueke has been out for a while. Same with Martinelli. And then Madueke is back now. Off goes Trossard. I don't know. Saliba plays it to Rice, and then back to Raya. Raya into Zubimendi, phases it to Rice on the side. Comes back to Raya. Looks for the long one to Eze, but it's blocked off. Mascara, Rice, back to Mascara. Then here's Saliba. Saka. Again, Lima on him. Lima needs a yellow. Yes. Finally a yellow. Because he's been having, I think Arteta is probably going to get a yellow as well. Because of course, but he has to complain. He has to complain. Lima has done this all game. He's been tight. He's been having these little kicks. So how do you expect him not to complain? Now you're giving him a yellow. If you're giving him a yellow one of the previous times, he won't complain about that. Just do your fucking job. Now Lima is on a yellow. Let's see how tight he gets to Saka again. I don't know why refs do this thing. If it's obvious when players come out and they have a clear target, do this and just have these kicks and kicks and kicks. And you let them have like 5 before you react. You don't. Their first few ones or first couple of ones, you do something. And make sure it doesn't happen again. Zubimendi out to Madueke. Comes inside now with Zubimendi. Tries the long one to Timber. Timber is able to knock it in. Madueke was eased out of the way by Upamecano, but no foul. Was that not a push? No, it wasn't. Yeah. He was clever enough to use his arm without putting actual hands on Madueke. But that would have been a different story. Anyway. Ball is back with Newell. Here's Olise on the right against Lewis Kelly. Into Kane in the middle, but Mascara is able to clear. Ooh! Saliba's clearance, I think, was into Zubimendi and then it fell almost to Kane. But Raya was able to gather. Here's Madueke. Up against Stanisic. Now Saka. Madueke again. Nice interchange with Saka. Saka is out on the left. Here's Rice. Urged to shoot. Crosses instead, but it's blocked. Arsenal throw. 3 minutes added on. Rice tries a long one. But Bayern are able to clear. Now Eze on the edge of the box. Plays it with Saka. It goes back to Timber. Now to Rice. Rice driving on the left. He's allowed to run. Yes, Madueke. It's cleared by Bayern. And Olise is there. Throw in. The Bayern fans are in full voice, and the Arsenal voices have quietened a bit. Um, into the last minutes of added time. I think this is how it ends. We just need to go in and maybe Odegaard comes in and tries to force the issue a bit more. Particularly in the press. Because it's been a bit too passive. End of the first half. So it's Arsenal 1, Bayern 1. First half. I'm just thinking again back to that is a chance, you know. If you watch that goal that we considered, you probably understand why Arteta prefers to start Calafiori or maybe Hincapié even over Luis Kelly. He gets caught on his shoulder a bit too much. Of course, take nothing away from him. He's a really good player, especially with the ball when we're on top. What he's able to do, drive through the middle, find passes and things like that. But defensively, I think maybe it's because he's not a defender, so it's not his natural position, right? So it's in a way expected that he would, if he has any weakness, then that would be his weakness since it's not his natural position. So I wouldn't knock him too much, but it's obvious that the goal was his fault, because there's no reason for Nabry to have had that much time to peel off, run onto that ball, and play the pass into Carl for the goal. But again, it was a wonderful pass, wonderful pick out by Kimmich. So, yeah. A wonderful goal that they scored, and not much. Probably Calafiori being on or Hincapié probably wouldn't have been able to stop it either. So, no need to pile on the young man. Someone said, nice lineup, but when are we going to be able to rest Timber? Yeah, because it's a worry. It's a worry. I'm not sure what the story is with White. He's obviously dropped off a bit in terms of performances since his injuries, which is expected because, of course, you need game time and you need to find that sharpness again. But then there's this problem of we risk driving Timber into the same thing with the way we're playing him. I think Arteta may want to try, if White is not able to perform to the level as yet in these kinds of big games, then maybe Mosquera plays there. Or we just play White there. What's the worst that could happen? It's not like he's shit or anything. He's just match rusty. He obviously still has the quality and everything, so he just needs to find his touch again and get back to his best. But we really, really need to rest Timber. We really need to rest Timber. I'm thinking we would have some now that Trossard is injured again. I was hoping with Maduke back we'll be able to rest Saka a bit more. But you never know with this team. It's almost like a curse, really. It's almost like a curse. Because now, for that game against Chelsea, probably White comes in today though for Timber. So if Timber plays the full 90 minutes today, I don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping at some point White comes in so he's able to get some rest. No matter how small. Okay, let's tune into the other games and see what's happening actually. So we've got Liverpool PSV. And it looks like there've been some things happening in that game. So one's a penalty. So it says there was a penalty in the 4th minute and Perisic converted. Let's see who gave the penalty away. Oh, so Van Dijk was playing basketball in his own box. What the? Van Dijk actually reached up like this and caught the ball in the air from a corner. That's the most obvious pen you would ever see. What's he complaining about? Not sure what he's complaining about really. Even Szoboszlai isn't having it. Perisic converts. 1-0 PSV. And now Liverpool equalized with McAllister to Gakpo. Szoboszlai from the rebound. 1-1. 1-1 Liverpool PSV. And then to PSG and Spurs. So there have been 2 goals. Let's see the first one. Richarlison, 1-0 Spurs. Let's see how it happened. I'll just go back a few seconds there. So Spence out to the left to Bergval. Plays a nice flick. And then crossing, Kolomuani knotted back to Richarlison. Knots in from 2 yards. Really couldn't miss. So it was Archie Gray with the initial cross. And then the other goal was the equalizer. Wow, what a goal, Vitinha. Vitinha, what a goal. Let's see how it happened. So corner played short, Kvaratskhelia. And then it goes in the middle. Vitinha, first time hit off the crossbar into the net. What a goal. So it's 1-1. Lots of 1-1s in the Champions League today. First half. And then there's Atletico Madrid and Inter. Let's see if Inter still has their clean sheet going. There's been 1 goal in that game, and I think it was for so the ball comes in, Giuliano Simoni, and then Alvarez, and the goal is ruled out for handball. But I think VAR has a check. So the ref rules it out at first. So the cross is kicked onto Simeone, but it's that, yeah, that's his chest. Yeah, no way, that's his belly actually. It's not a handball. VAR check-in. Simeone is going crazy on the touchline because he's seen the replay. Of course, it's not handball. I'm not sure what's taking VAR ages to. This is the problem I have with VAR. We at home can clearly see this. We can clearly see with just 1 replay that the ball did not hit his arm. So what's taking them 2 minutes? Just give the goal, man. So the ref is going to be sent to the monitor. It's his belly. It's clear as day. I'm not sure why it took this long to review. That's his belly. And he didn't touch his arm afterwards. Just his belly. He didn't touch the arm. There wasn't. So they're checking if after he touched his belly, it then spun and touched his arm. It didn't. It did not, because the trajectory of the ball did not change. It's a goal. So it's 1-0 in that game at halftime. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to the Arsenal game. Boys are coming back out. We really, really have to opt. If we want to get anything out of this game, we really have to up the intensity. We've been too passive. We've allowed Bayern to play with the ball too much. We just need to step it up a bit. We need to step it up a bit. I've been also impressed with Leonard Carr. Of course, I've seen him in a few games I've watched with Bayern this season. He's a really good player. What I like about players his age, apart from technical ability and all that, is the confidence. The confidence to do what he wants to do. So we're underway. Marino himself looks knackered, which is understandable because he's played tons of minutes. That's not a foul ref. Timber flicked to. Yes, it falls to Saka. Saka shot! Oh, it's over. So it looks like it touched one of the Bayern players on the way out. Oh, newer save actually. Wow. Saka with the corner. This one goes short to Eze. Rolls it back to Saka. Saka back to Eze on the edge of the box. Eze clips one in. Madueke. It's helped on. And Kane is able to head back to Neuer. Naby tries a through ball to Kane, but Raya is able to gather. Now ball is with Rice. And then Eze wins a free kick. Zubimendi, yeah, that ball should go to Merino. He's able to find Saka on the right. Here's Saka against Lima. Tries to skip past him, but ball is out for a corner. Much better. So Saka will take this one again. Lima is watching Timber very closely this time. Saka to take. Boys are all running in. Saka's ball in. Ref has blown for something there, I think. I'm not sure why refs do this anyway. Why do they stop the game to say, oh, no pushing, no shoving? Allow the corner to come in. If the attacker pushes the defender, blow for a free kick. If the defender pushes the attacker or pulls him down, blow a penalty. I'm not sure why you have to stop the game and then say, oh, no pushing, no. Just get on with it, man. Saka's ball in. Ooh! Ball is still in play. Timber clips it in. Rice heads it. And it's cleared. Now with Eze on the edge of the box. Eze plays in Saka. Ball cut back. Merino! Oh, it's over. The first corner was almost met by Merino. The ball was actually loose in the penalty area for about 1 second. And there was no one to get to it. We're such a threat from set pieces. Every set piece is a potential goal. It's crazy. It's a Bayern throw on the right. Olise trying to drive through. Ref, that's not a foul. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. Bayern free kick just inside our half. And Kimmich is standing over it. Raya claims and rolls it out to Rice. Rice is charging through here. Timber is out running on the right, but I think he will cross it in. He crosses it and it's offline for a corner. Saka is standing over this one again. I think it's going to be the same thing. Long ball to the near post. Sorry. Short cross to the near post. But Timber's position is different this time, as is Merino's. But it's short and then cleared by Bayern. It's back with Saka on the right. Against Kimmich. Crosses one in. Merino is free, but its header is straight at Neuer. Carl gets past Miles Lewis Kelly with ease and is into the 18 here. Carl! Oh, Lewis Kelly is having a stinker, man. Is having a stinker. Saka, nice hold up. Yes, Eze plays it to Madueke, but it's a bit short. He apologizes to Nani there. That pass is too short. Here's Rice. Now Zubimendi. Out to Madueke, tries the cross. Bayern, I think that one is out for a corner. This time on the left, and I think it will be Rice to take. Yeah, Arteta has already sent out Nkapie and Calafiori to warm up. Miles has had a terrible game. This is one he'll want to forget. He's not just been in it at all, even going forward. Rice, corner in. Merino makes it. Oh, it's just wide. That's inches away. Go kick Bayern. Neuer's long ball. Mascara clears. Nani is able to win it. Good play, Nani. Fouled. It's a free kick on the left. That should be a yellow. But Upamecano is on a yellow already, and that was a clear foul. Clear foul there. Arteta had to restrain himself from complaining about that. Now there's a yellow for Company. So it's a race to see who gets sent off first, Company or Arteta. I think Rice will take this one from the left. We've been really dangerous with the set pieces, all the corners so far. This is another one. Rice. Ball is in. Hanks in. Go! Oh my days! How did Neuer save that? The ball bounces and then Mosquera knocks it towards goal and then Neuer is just there. Oh my days. Arsenal corner. We're getting closer and closer with these set pieces. Rice to take this one. Ball is in. Cleared this time by Bayern. Lewis Kelly with another blunder. His pass towards Saka is off. No, I'm not going to mention his name again. I don't want to pile on. He's a young lad having a bad game. There's no need to. Yeah, but he needs help now. Arteta needs to take him off. Because even he can sense he's having a horrible game, and that affects your play. Quick throw to Nani. Here's Lewis Kelly. Good turn. Mosquera. Zubimendi. Arsenal are on the front foot now. Saliba. Good pass into Merino. Saka wanted it over the top, but Timber goes back instead. Here's Zubimendi. Saliba. Mosquera. Eze. Zubimendi. Saliba. Zubimendi. Now Miles. No, Mosquera. Clips one to Madueke. He's able to bring it down. And then knocks it in for Rice. Rice is in here. Eze is in the middle for him. Rice is charging through. Rice! Saka! Noah with another big save. And how did Saka miss that? How did Saka miss that? I need to see that again. Oh my god. I need to see what happened with that again. That's a push on Saka. Lima again. His walking is really pushing his luck now. Oh, that's the save. Oh, it wasn't Saka. Lima actually cleared it. What a save, Neuer. Even Rice couldn't believe it. Rice couldn't believe it. What a save. Here's Timber. Now with Rice. Eze. This is more like it. This is more like it. I think we respected them a bit too much in that first half. Here's Eze, Zubimendi, Mosquera into Rice. Now back with Zubimendi. Clips one across. Timber is there. Here's Saka. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. Huh. I don't know with these refs, man. That is not a foul. What a save, Noah. We really need to knock one of these in. It's Bayern. We're not going to be on the front foot forever. Another clipped one across to Olise. Over Miles. Olise is up against Miles here on the right. Olise is able to run past him and gets past him. Rice is across the block. Olise. Bayern are going back into it now. Now Olise again. Saka, good pressure. Good pressure. Saka wins it back. Here's Eze. Turn. Timber. Back with Eze. Great pressure from Saka to win that ball there. Nice with Rice. Saliba. Rice again. Now Zubimendi. Mosquera. Saka was asking for it over the top again. Zubimendi opts not to play that one. Here's Rice. Saliba. Zubimendi. Saliba. Timber. He's able to play to Saka. Lima knows he can't touch him. Yeah, and I called it. Calafiori, Martinelli are both coming on. I wonder who Martinelli is going to replace. Maybe Bukayo. He needs the rest, so I don't mind, to be fair. Yeah, Bukayo is coming off. So that's Bukayo off for Martinelli. And I think Lewis Kelly for Calafiori. So we have Madueke back over to the right hand side, and then Martinelli is on the left. Ball is back with Raya. Clears it out. Madueke tussling there with Lima. Shot one to Kimmich. And then Upamecano. Eze chasing. Upamecano makes the error. Rice. Now to Eze on the left. Plays it to Calafiori. Calafiori crossing. Go! Madueke! Get in! Get in! You can see how much that means to Nani. Calafiori with the cross. Nani with the tap in. Good pressure. Eze forces the error from Upamecano. And then he plays a woeful pass looking for Kimmich. But Rice is able to intercept. Yeah, Rice is able to intercept. And then he just slips Eze through again. And Eze slips Calafiori through on the left. Nani's at the far post. Lima can't get close to him. It's a tap in. Still had a lot to do because that ball it had a lot of venom. But a wonderful finish. It bounces just in front of him and he's able to tap it in. Good connection. That ball could have easily gone over. 2-1 Arsenal. That's his first goal for the Gunners. I was saving your goal, Nani, for the Chelsea game. But no worries. No worries. Arsenal again. What the... So we're on the counter. Nani's with the ball. 3 against 3. And the ref has pulled it up back for a foul. You wouldn't guess. On Arsenal. So it's our free kick and the ref has pulled it back. Oh, it's against us. This is fucking stupid, man. Bayern are ready in Jackson. Is Kane going to go off? Kane hasn't had a sniff. All his touches have been when he's dropped deep to pick up the ball in midfield. Kimmich with the cross in from the free kick. Calafiori clears. Kimmich again clips one in. Gnabry wasn't far away there. Raya wasn't sure whether to come or to leave it. I think he could have claimed that ball. What a lovely clipped pass from Kimmich. I think Raya could have actually come for that ball, you know. Maybe he learned his lesson from the Sunderland one. The Brobby goal. So it's Lima and Gnabry off. Lima was already on the yellow, so he couldn't go near Nani or Saka before he was taken off. And then Bischoff and Jackson are on. Raya with the goal kick. Long one. Saliba and Timber are able to win it off Kane. Here's Nani. Plays one down the line to Merino. Merino turns and looks infield. Zubimendi's there. Ball goes back to Saliba. And then back to Raya. So we've had 10 total attempts to Bayern's 5. And we've had 5 on target to Bayern's 2. Over the course of the game, we've been the better side. and it's mostly because of this second half. So we've upped the intensity, pressed them a lot higher. First, the second goal was because of the press. Saliba gets a yellow for stopping a quick free kick. Who's with the armband? I think it's Rice. Okay, yeah, Rice. And he's with the ball now. Rice is driving. His pass is cut out by Upamecano. But he's able to win it. What a player, man. What a player. Throw in Bayern. Eze, that's a free kick. Wins the foul off Pavlovic. Ball goes across to Noni on the left, on the right, sorry. But he loses out to Bischoff. Calafiori, a short touch, back to Raya, who clears. Ball goes straight out for a throw-in. Merino looks tired. I won't be surprised if... Who do we have on the bench? Yeah, Merino is tired. Olise driving into the 18. Martinelli wins it. Merino to Eze. Martinelli is running. Eze finds him with the true ball. He goes past Noah. Martinelli, open net. Goal! Get in! Get in! What a ball from Eze. Martinelli was the one who won the ball actually from the... oh my god, I can't even find the words. I need to see this again from the very start. I think Martinelli wins the ball. What's his name now? Olise was trying to dribble on the edge of our box. And then Martinelli wins it off him. And plays a quick one to Merino. Merino plays in Eze. Martinelli has run all the way to the halfway line. Eze is able to clip one over the top. Neuer comes all the way out, but Martinelli knocks it past him, and it's a free. Yeah, Martinelli wins the ball, knocks it to Merino, Merino to Eze, and he's so fast. Eze with the clipped ball, Martinelli's touch takes it past Neuer, and it's always going to be. There's no way Kimmich is catching him after that. What a goal. Martinelli on Champions League nights. There's no other player. What a goal. Seven minutes, Arsenal 3, Bayern 1. Zubimendi wins it. Merino, Rice, plays it over the top. Here's Noni. Neuer is out again. This time he wins it. Neuer is with the ball out on the left side, and he's able to find a pass to Jackson actually. Ref. Jackson, if you injure Timber, Arteta, I need you to take Timber off. I beg you with whatever you hold dear. Take Julian Timber off. Arteta, take Julian Timber off. Ben White is on the pitch. Is on the bench. I don't care if we lose this game. I'd rather we lose this game than lose Julian Timber. Please. Merino wins it. Now the ball is with Martinelli on the left. Tries to get past the defender, but he's unable. Now Kimmich. Merino with a foul. That's a yellow. Yeah, Merino with a foul on Kimmich. It's a yellow. Finally, Ben White on for Julian Timber. Oh my God. And then Odegaard is back. Odegaard, who are you on for? Eze. Eze's had that kind of game. He's so good. So even if he's quiet for much of the game, he just comes in and Martin Odegaard takes the captain armband. Kimmich is off for Bayern. Goretzka is on. And then you have Guerrero, I think that is. Who's it coming on for? Kim Min-jae is also coming on for Lennart Carl. Upamecano is the last player off. So you've got Guerrero, Goretzka and Kim on for Upamecano, Lennart Carr and Kimmich. I guess Company knows this one is gone as well, so he's probably resting his own key players ahead of their own weekend, whoever they're playing. Noni plays it back to Raya. Clips over to Calafiori. We've been so good this second half. Calafiori. Merino. True ball. Rice cuts the true ball out. Oh, and loses it. It's a throw-in. Zubimendi wins it. Yes. Oh my God! Oh my God! That's a clean win. Oh my God! I've had it with this ref. I've had it with this ref. His foot was high, but he won the ball clearly, and not even with the studs, with the side of his foot. Another guard was in already. Ah. These refs, man. White, Martinelli tries to run past Stanisic, but loses out, and this is an Arsenal throw. Arteta is so animated on the touchline. Calm down, man. The game doesn't mean that much. And we're leading 3-1. Just calm down. Trust the boys. Another throw. Is that all our subs? White, Calafiori, Odegaard, Madueke, Martinelli, yeah. Odegaard from the throw-in to Martin. Here's Odegaard. Marino plays it into Martinelli. Odegaard. Oh! It's just offside. And the pass didn't come off anyway. He tries to slip that through to Nani. Here's Odegaard with the press. This is what I've missed the most about Odegaard, you know. We're so good with the press when he's on the pitch. Marino is on a yellow, so you can't do that, man. You can't do that. It's a Bayern throw, deep in our half. It's a quick one. Olisa is with it here on the right. Someone's running. Rice cuts it out, but gives it away straight away. Noni clears one, and it's an Arsenal throw-in. Calafiori with the throw. Ball's back with Kim and Jay. Zubimendi wins it. I'd like to see how many headers Zubimendi won throughout the game, because it feels like he's won at least 20. Harry Kane tries a quick pass. Saliba clears, and White is able to tidy up to throw into Bayern. 87 minutes gone. Calafiori, good reading of the game. He cuts out that pass. Here's Calafiori on the left, slips it through to Martinelli. And it's an Arsenal throw. It's a big boost getting Martinelli. Is Martinelli holding his groin there? Ball goes back to Raya. Here's Zubimendi to Saliba. Raya, long one out. It's with Kim. Here's Olise. Calafiori is up to it. Calafiori again. Plays it inside to Rice. Rice back to Calafiori. Other guy is calling for it in the middle, but it goes to Merino on the left. And here to Rice. Rice still with it. And then Martinelli cleverly claims the throw-in. Calafiori with the throw-in. I think that ball should go to Merino. Wins the free kick off. Is that Kim? Yeah. It's not in a spot where Rice would fancy a shot, but he's going to take it anyway and cross one in, or maybe play it short. But the boys are all lined up at the back post, so, or at the back of the Bayern line, so he's likely to cross it. Cross comes in, met at the far post by Calafiori, but it's easy for Neuer. And there will be 4 minutes added on. Calafiori has locked down that left side. Since coming on, he's locked. That's what we missed in the first half. Bayern win a free kick. Zubimendi has been so unlucky with this ref. Every tackle he makes, no matter how clean he tries it, as long as he even if he gets the ball, if he makes even the tiniest contact with the player, the ref gives it. Calafiori is so good. So good. You just need to see the difference between when Miles was on and when Calafiori came on. Ball is clipped in. Falls to Kim. Tries a shot. Kim again. Over for a goal kick. And it's Arsenal. Arsenal FC. The fans have actually been really good today. Really loud. I could hear them all game. Few quiet patches here and there, but overall. Oh, that was almost a corner kick from a back pass. Zubimendi's on Kane again. He's able to play it wide. I haven't seen Jackson all game. He came on in, I think, maybe the 60-something minutes, and then he's just been anonymous. Here's Olise against Calafiori. Clips one in. It's cleared. Merino wins a free kick on. Yeah, good play. Wonderful play. Wonderful play. Man of the match, I think, is Rice. He's been everywhere on the pitch. But as a collective, I think the only person that really had performance to forget is Miles. But he's young and he'll learn from this. Every other person has been top. Oh, Raya's free kick goes straight out for a throw-in. Whoa! What a pass from Odegaard. Merino messes it up. I think final whistle goes any minute now. Final whistle. Arsenal have beat Bayern by 3 goals to 1. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful performance. Amazing performance from the lads. Goals by Timber, and then the equalizer came from Leonard Carr. But Madueke put us back in front, and then Martinelli's run from Eze's pass. What a wonderful, wonderful game. The second half was the Arsenal that I know that we know this season. They played really well. Took the game to Bayern. In the first half, I'm not sure if it was instructions or whatever, but we just let them have it, and then we sat off and sat off and sat off. There was no intensity in the press, and we got punished for that. Even though we went in front, and Bayern never really created anything with all their possession, but we couldn't be on the front foot either because of that. But the second half, we upped the intensity just a notch, and just blew them away. They didn't even come close this second half. It was a wonderful performance. So that's 100% record. We are the only ones with it. Bayern with their first loss of the season, courtesy yours truly. Okay, that's the end of the watch along. Up next is Chelsea, and I'm confident. It's been a tough week, with how much we've had to dig in, but we have players coming back now just at the right time. Noni coming in today, and then Martinelli coming in also was fabulous. Us having those options, because they injected, despite their quality, they injected, notwithstanding their quality, they injected lots of energy into the team. Merino is the one person I'm worried about if he also starts against Chelsea, because he looked really knackered out there towards the end. Yeah. But Odegaard is back. Eze was able to get some minutes off. Saka was able to get some minutes off. Most importantly, Timber was able to get some minutes off with White coming in. Zubimendi and Rice played all through, but we know those guys, they have it in the tank. And then Calafiori came on and had an amazing game. I bet he starts against Chelsea, of course. Rice with the man of the match award. He was everywhere. Almost never put a foot wrong. Snapping into challenges, interceptions, winning the ball back with the press. He and Zubimendi made sure Kane was nowhere to be seen throughout the game. It was a really good performance from him. So I'm not surprised. Merino again, top. He plays that role so well. He knows he's not the out-and-out striker, so he drops deep, allows those diagonal runs from Saka and Trossard, and then Madueke when he came in. Perfect execution from the boys today, and I'm so happy. So 2 out of 3 from a very tough week. Tottenham down. We've got also Bayern now, arguably our toughest test for the week, also down. And then Chelsea next. Chelsea had that good win yesterday against Barcelona. We're going to be a different kettle of fish for them because there's no high line here. There's a high line, but it's not the kind of line you just get behind easily, right? So I'm looking forward to the game. I'm sure Chelsea fans aren't after seeing this performance, especially in the second half today. So will be interesting to watch. Hopefully we can come out with 3 out of 3. But just to read off the stats from the game, overall Bayern had 57% possession. Their first half possession was close to 70%. So it just tells the story of the second half and the difference between the first half and second half. But they only had 2 attempts on target throughout. We had 7. They had 8 total attempts. We had 12 attempts. Neuer had to make 4 saves. Some of those were amazing saves. That save from who had that shot? Rice. His save from Rice. You need to see that shot and that save. I'm not sure how he saved that. And then from Mosquera's header from point blank range. Yeah, Neuer was. There was nothing he could do about the other goals. Timber's one was, of course, Nani's own from Calafiori's cross. There was nothing he could do about that for the tap in. And then, of course, he couldn't do anything as well about Martinelli's for that breakaway goal. We had 6 corners. We threatened from all of them and could have scored 2 or 3 more. But just the one that we had with the Timber goal. They had 1 corner, but nothing came of it. Distance covered 121 kilometers for Arsenal, 120 kilometers for Bayern. So pretty much even there. But passes completed 276 for Arsenal, 460 for Bayern. And much of that is down to the first half. Down to the first half because they really played. They never peppered us or had us under pressure for any sustained periods in the first half. I don't think they even created any big chances during that first half except the Leonard Cow goal. But we just let them have the ball and we sat in this mid-block and allowed them play, which is not our way so far this season anyway. But in the end, we come out with all 3 points, top of the table, beating the arguably the best team in the competition so far, so it's looking good. Great day, great game for the Gunners, and we look forward to Sunday. So see you on Sunday against Chelsea, and it's bye from me.